A lot of these HOA deals, you'll see that the mortgage balance could be like, here's one, $419,000 in a mortgage balance. So it doesn't get wiped because it's an HOA. It's at the tax sale, but it's not a tax sale property. And so that's how it can be really tricky, because a lot of times people don't know about all of these mortgage balances and they get hit with it down the road. Here's 311,000. So when you find a property going to auction that has no mortgage, it's almost too good to be true. As you can see right here in our sheet, $0 on the mortgage. Now, what made this one really tricky, and the reason why I think it was such a good deal, is when we did our initial title search, because you got to go ahead and you got to get, you got to lift the hood, right, of the engine. You got to check the engine. You got to see what's going on this property. When we did a title search, we thought that maybe there was a mortgage balance. So let me take it to PropWire for you, and I'll show you why. If you haven't used PropWire before, it's a free resource that we use all the time. Here's the property. Now, what it says is it says there is a mortgage, $4,000. And again, this is all public information. None of this is private. It shows that there's a mortgage. And so when we did a title search, we saw the mortgage, but we didn't see a release, meaning that it's still intact. It hasn't gone anywhere. But one of the things about Harris County, and this is where you do title searches, is that there are some potential pitfalls. There are some weaknesses in the county. And so when I first started doing title searches, I would compare my title searches to a title company, and I noticed that they were finding things that I wasn't finding. And so just through trial and error and kind of years of being in the space, started to notice at times the county actually would misspell information, making it really hard to track down. And so the subdivision name, that's one of the ways that you search. See that it says Clen Cairn. So when you do a title search, you need this information, and you also need the owner's name. They had misspelled both of these things. And so when we did a quick search, we didn't see a release. So at face value, we thought, okay, the mortgage is still intact, still maybe around $54,000 in a mortgage. But we have ways of getting a bit deeper and making sure that the county doesn't have any spelling errors or it didn't misplace or misfile any of the documents. And so we did find the release. So now we realize, okay, wow, this property has an opening bid of $7,000. It's worth around $265,000, and there's no mortgage on it. So we're like, wow, this is going to be a really good deal. So let me go ahead and pull it up on Zillow as well. And so we use Zillow kind of lightly, kind of loosely. It's just one of the tools, but there are photos here from when the property was a rental. So the property was a rental. It doesn't look like it's in bad shape at all. There's some photos of it. And then we also drove the property. And so here's the property right here. You can see that the garage is open. They're taking good care of the property. And so all the bells and whistles were checked. And let me show you what this ended up selling for at the auction. So it's worth $265,000. We set aside $65,000 for rehab. What is selling for $95,000, which is 35% of $265,000. And so in the year 2026, just in January alone, we saw a crazy deal right out of the gate. I mean, you can't get this stuff on the MLS. You can't get it on the market. Even looking at off-market deals, you know, those kind of groups where they say, you can come get deals here, like in Facebook and stuff, you're not going to get anything like that. A lot of times it's just people properties. $5,000 worth $265,000, no mortgage on the property. So January was the time to be at Harris County because that's a crazy deal. That's there's a lot of upside there. And I would say that whoever bought this for $95,000, they could turn around. I mean, this thing is already rental ready. They could turn around and sell it for like 170, 180, something like that. I mean, they could make a significant amount of money right off the bat. And so I was just really surprised with that deal, really surprised, A, what happened with the title search, and then B, just that this property actually went to auction. You would think that it wouldn't because there's so much equity in it. But we do work HOAs every month. We always say this probably won't make it to the auction. But in this case, this is one we did not think would get it to the finish line. And it did. So what an incredible case study. Somebody got a really good deal. And yeah, hopefully that just inspires someone to take action, because yeah, ton of upside there.
Nice, good stuff. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I have a free gift for you for watching a free mini course called The ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. This is one of the best books on tax liens, and it is totally free as my gift to you for watching. In the description below, it'll walk you through tax liens from start to finish, along with the directories with all 1,500 tax lien and deed counties put here so that you don't have to go and search around the internet to find them on your own. So the other thing I have is, if you already have this book and you want to do a deep dive, my team and I have found an auction with a whole bunch of properties worth 200 to 300 grand, opening bids of just 1,600 bucks. So if you want to deep dive and attend an auction with some help, you can also schedule a free call below and we can discuss helping you in this business. Regardless, thanks for watching. You can check things out in the description below and enjoy the videos. We'll see you soon.